thinking, Ms. T, why do you have all these lines, but you've only done some of them? Because we're going to do the ones with 30-degree reference angles. What I mean by that is, these are little ones that make little tiny angles with the x-axis. And if you look at it, it kind of makes like that little like butterfly thing. We're doing the little tiny ones. We're not doing the bigger ones yet. We're going to do the little tiny ones. And what that means is they are all 30 from the x-axis. So he's up 30, he's up 30 to 150, he's down 30 to 220, and he's down 30 to 330, right? The reason I'm doing that is because the numbers will be the same. All that will change are the positives and negatives, right? So that's why we do them all in this group, because the positive and negatives are the only thing that change. So here we go. If we're ready, we're going to start. So the first thing that I would do, if I was going to explain this taking a whole long time, is to tell you that we have a little baby triangle that fits right there. There he is. He is just like what we did earlier with the 45. But if you remember yesterday, I made us do 30, 60, 90s. So let's go ahead on the side of your paper, if you could, because I wrote this. Damn it. Get out of here. I wrote it right over here. So let's go ahead and let's put his numbers on here. We know that this is 1. We know that this is 30. And we're going to go from the hypotenuse to the short leg. And I want you to turn and talk to your neighbor about what that would be. And you should all know it. It is a magical number, but it's the easy one. What is that magical number? 2. It is 2. We would, yes.
Oh, it's 30, 60, 90.
Yes. So we're going to divide by 2. How do I know we divide? We're making big to little. Now we got to go one more, and there's one more magical number, and it's a dumb one. It's the dumbest one of all. It is root 3.
What are you doing?
And you know where he's going to go? He's going to go right here. Are you with me? So if I slid this guy back over here, let me show you what it would look like. It would look like this guy, like this guy, like this guy. This now is root 3 over 2. This guy is 1/2. We are ready to put our points on. So easy. Our x coordinate is how far we went over, which is going to be root 3 over 2. And our y coordinate is how much up and down we went, which is 1/2. Now, some of you love this. I'm watching Ella do it because she sees the pattern. She's jumped over here and she knows what the only thing that changes is now we've added a negative on our x guy because we went to the left. So negative root 3 over 2 and 1/2. If you see the pattern and you want to finish it, that would be awesome. We're going to get 2 negatives, and I'm going to stop in a second because I know for some of you, you're like, Miss T, you are blowing through this, but I'm going to take a breath in a minute. Oh, negative, sorry. Thank you. And then finally, the last one, positive, negative. Did I just hear you say that well? That was perfect. Someone, I heard someone over there. Thank you. I'm going to be quiet for a minute, but I can answer you. Yes, but once I show you on Monday, because we've now, yes, so listen why. Once I show you how to make this on the test, you will use your unit circle and just pick it up. You see what I'm saying? That's why you want the unit circle. I will never make you memorize it and memorize the chart. Some teachers do. I think it's dumb. Yes?
How does everything else we learn have to do with this whole chapter?
Huh? Because you needed all the trig. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure we're all together, yeah? Is everybody with me? So we're gonna do, we're gonna go to our chart now. We're gonna fill it out, but we're gonna leave some spaces because we gotta do those 60. So stay with me on this. Our chart, we're gonna have 30 on here. We're gonna leave room for 60 and 120. We'll come back to him. We're gonna go to 150. We're gonna leave. We're gonna bump down to 210, and you don't have to worry about this. I'm just telling you how to do it, right? Space, and the last one is 330. Because this will be 60 and 120 when we get our 60s in. We haven't done our 60s. Good question. They're right next to each other. So we're gonna have to fill in these guys later. You actually leave 2 spots. But we'll get to that. Just trust me on this. I know. Take a leap of faith on this, that I do know what I'm doing. Okay. Fill out your chart with your sine, your cosine and sine. Wait on tangent. We'll talk about tangent together. So go ahead, do your cosine, do your sine, and if you want to hold tight on the tangent, and I'll explain the tangent in a second. So go ahead and fill out what you got. We'll do the tangent in a minute. Is it root 3 over 2? 1/2. Negative root 3 over 2. 1/2. Negative root 3 over 2. Negative 1/2. Positive root 3 over 2. Hey, Ben, let's try not to make it that I have to stop. Is okay? So here we go. We're going to do tangent now together. So tangent is, we're just going to take the top guy because he's the easiest. 1/2 divided by root 3 over 2. We know the routine. This is the only one that's ugly. Wait till you see the next ones. They're so easy. I am. We're going to twirly flip. So you're going to get 2 on the top, root 3 on the bottom. That gets rid of this dude. And now let's see what we got left. We're cross canceling. Boom, boom. 1 over root 3. Ew, I can't have the root 3 on the bottom. 3 root 3. So all we're going to do, we're going to put 3 root 3 here, and all he's going to do is change signs, right? We start with a positive 1, and then we go to a negative 1, and then we go to a positive 1, and then we go to a negative 1. Life is feeling pretty good. We got one last thing to do, and I'm barely going to have to tell you anything because you're now seeing the pattern and you're going to be able to fly through the next one. So the last thing that we need to do to come up to this guy is we now need to take care of the 60s because I haven't done those. And let me show you where those live. I am leaving that guy up here for a reason. You will like my reason in a second. This is my big finish, so I need everyone quiet so I can finish. Thank you. Okay, here comes the 60s. They live right here. There's this big guy. That's 60 degrees, right? There's this big guy. There's this big guy. And then there's this big guy right here. That is telling you that's 60 degrees, that's 60 degrees, that's 60 degrees. So the first thing we need to do is figure out what the hell those numbers are. So the very first one is nice and easy. That is 60 degrees. Can anyone figure out what this guy is going to be? He's 180, take away 60 degrees. Did someone say it? 120, thank you, I appreciate that little whispery. This guy is going to be 180 plus 60 degrees. And the last guy is going to be 360 minus 60 degrees. You know, those were the 30s. They're already on your paper. Okay, so here we go. Last part, best part. Here's why this is going to be nice. All we did was flip our triangle from laying on his side to standing straight up and down. So watch this. You don't even have to do it. Just watch. Same exact triangle. He's just standing up and down now. So watch what happens. This is 1/2, and this is √3/2. So the only thing that happens with 60s is instead of starting with √3/2, they start with 1/2. I just flipped the triangle over. So his short leg is 1/2. His long leg is √3/2. It's the same as this guy. I just flipped him over. Yeah. So this now is 1/2. That's how far I went out. This is √3/2. Guess what? We're done with any of the math. What happens over here? The sign changes. Is everyone's writing?
What? No, like, no. Yeah. I'm a shout. You mean? She doesn't find you funny. Something happens. Funny mother. Are you looking at Korea? Is that why? How about the dress? I like how you dress is always. No comment.
Here we go. Now the last part's easy. All we do is this. We got 60 right here. All we're doing is flipping those guys. 1/2 √3/2. And tangent is going to be awesome. Tangent is not bad. We love tangent. Watch what'll happen. We get √3/2 divided by 1/2. Twirly flip. Twos cancel. It is just √3. Just √3. Or it was, remember at the beginning it was 1/√3, and now it's 3/1. Awesome. Here we go. 120. Finish it up. I'm gonna let you finish. You don't even need me now. $240. Here's what I'm honestly thinking. You want to know my honest thoughts right now? My honest thoughts are I have kids who I have to get through and get them ready for calc. And if you guys make my job hard, I'll just keep sending you to the library. I already did it with my other classes. I get senioritis is real, but I genuinely have kids I have to get through the stuff for calc because trig is a big part of calc. So if you want to check out, I am fine with that. Like I'm not, bye everybody.